This week on DSC's Trailing the Hunter's Moon.
Whenever you have any doubt about an animal or it doesn't just grab you immediately, the best thing to do is just to wish him adios.
He's gonna stand. He's stretching. Whenever you're ready, Larry.
DSC's Trailing the Hunter's Moon is presented by DSC, Conservation, Education, and Protecting Hunters' Rights. And by Ruger, Rugged, Reliable Firearms. Hornady, Accurate, Deadly, Dependable. Convergent Hunting Solutions, where experience, innovation, and passion meet. Tecumate Seed. And by Ripcord.
Headed to the Ox Ranch. Been wanting to visit this particular property for the last several years. They created this ranch probably about 3 or 4 years ago. It's one of the finer hunting destinations in the state of Texas right now, in terms of the animals, in terms of facilities, in terms of the terrain. It kind of sits up northwest of Uvalde, right on the edge of the Balcones Fault area, where it's really rough, rocky, interesting vegetation. 3 different types of vegetative areas come together. The Chihuahuan Desert, the Texas Hill Country, and the South Texas Brush all kind of come together on this particular property. So it's an interesting one in that respect. Also has a tremendous number of different species, including the red sheep that I am particularly interested in. I've long wanted to hunt red sheep, and I've hunted in some other places, and actually ended up getting an invite to come look at the Ox Ranch, country that I used to spend a little time on years ago before the current owner bought it. So they found out about my interest in red sheep and wanted to take one, and very fortunately I got an invite to come to the ranch to really kind of see what all is going on, but also then to hunt the red sheep. Using the 200 grain ELDX. That's what we've been shooting on this gun, and it's been shooting very nicely. Pull that off. Load 2 of them. We'll probably shoot 2 shots. I don't think 2 will be necessary, but load it up, put it on safe all the way. Earmuffs on.
Let me know when you get ready. When
Yeah, I
the
think that's going to be comfortable right there. So whenever you're ready.
I'm ready. Range is hot.
Fire in the hole.
You got it. There you go.
Right there at it. Okay.
Good deal. Well, if I'm not shaking too much or too out of breath when we finally do get to see one. Well, hopefully they won't know we're there, and we can both take a time to catch our breath a little bit and make a good shot, and that's what it's all about. And then,
It is. You're right.
you know, if we don't have the right situation, we just won't do it.
Absolutely. I'm the same way. If I don't feel comfortable about the shot and feel like I can make that animal go down with the first shot, then I'm not going to take it.
All right, well, let's head for the hills. How about that?
All three big ones.
Yep.
Red sheep, that's what we're hunting. You see them?
We're hunting.
This segment of DSC's Trailing the Hunter's Moon is brought to you by Convergent Hunting Solutions, where experience, innovation, and passion meet.
Gonna load up. Gonna put 3 down, not anything in the chamber. And we'll see if we can get in there. We're gonna have to drop down, as Jason said, drop down and work our way around over and see if those sheep are back over there, kind of where we saw those oddad earlier today. And there are 3 real nice rams in there. There's one that's got really big horns, and then there's 2 of them that are very typical of what a red sheep ought to look like. So we'll go see what we can find. If we don't find anything, we'll walk back here, have a good time anyway. I'm gonna carry 2 sets of shooting sticks just in case. Where they disappeared, it's just right off in these canyons right in front of us. Can ease up there and have a look. No telling if they went down, left, right, or across.
We'll check this, but I have a sneaky feeling they dropped down and got below this line of brush and
worked their way around right there too.
worked their way that way. That's where I think they went, but let's go ahead and check down here. Let's just to be sure.
Just to be sure, but.
I mean, I saw them, but this is definitely where they ran across.
There's no
right
question.
Here. You see their tracks?
Absolutely.
I think what they did is they dropped off this edge and ran around this mountain on it.
I think that's exactly what they did is right. So we get a pretty good look down here below. There are a few little pockets, but we got close enough down in there that if they'd been there, we'd have spooked them.
We'd have spooked them and seen them go up that other mountain is actually what I was kind of hoping they would do.
That's what I was hoping they would do too.
Because it's not, I mean, it'd be a decent shot.
Oh yeah.
Not that bad.
I was hoping they'd kind of run about halfway up there and stop and look, see where we were, and give us just enough time to set up.
No luck, but we'll keep after some.
Absolutely. If you've ever wondered what it might have been like to drive one of the Sherman tanks back in the World War II area, or maybe even some of the more recent tanks, this is the place to do it here on the Ox Ranch. They've got really what amounts to an absolutely fantastic working museum on firearms dealing particularly with the World War II era. Some of the only tanks that still survive they have here on this particular ranch. And you can come here and have the opportunity to not only to drive some of these tanks, you can also have the opportunity to shoot those tanks. They've also got all kinds of other firearm cannon type stuff, if you will. Everything from howitzers to armory that's shooting bullets that are 36, 38, 40 inches in length that you can do here. They've also set up to where you can shoot a 50 caliber machine gun, which is something that I got to do while I was here. Clear hot.
It's got a tendency to do that.
Interesting. Thank
Well
you.
done. No problem, man. No problem.
I'd never fired one of those World War II era 50 caliber machine guns until I came to the ranch. Some of the armament that our side and of course the Axis side had was phenomenal. I mean, he showed me a video of this one particular cannon, if you will. I mean, it was set up so that had a muzzle brake on it, but he was shooting a shell. It was about 38, 40 inches long.
So yeah, check that out.
Looks like a quarterback getting ready to call a play. Oh, good gosh.
It does a job. Oh yeah. And think about being at war with this. Exactly. Over and over again, man.
This segment of DSC's Trailing the Hunter's Moon was brought to you by Ripcord.
Jason suggested we go to an area that very few roads are in, and they're really, really rough. You kind of go up and down and up and down, and we're wanting to go to an area where we can set up on top and glass several of the canyons. And as we're going along, we just happen to catch there are 3 rams running off just down below us. Take a quick look at them, and they're all 3 really good, all 3 red sheep.
Get out and walk up to that crest of that hill where they disappeared.
Yeah.
And look and see if we can see them and see if there's any rams on the other side of that.
Yeah, because the rams may not be far away. I agree. They're down here at the bottom. You have to come over here. Just look. Look, Jason, look right through the trees right there.
Yeah. Let's see if we can get down to that little flat rock right there and get a little better view. There's 2 of them working across the side hill there. Hey, Larry, you want to go back up, go down a little further so we can see up that canyon a bit more?
Oh, I see a good one.
Okay, where we're at?
Right there, that great ridge.
Yep, walking there. I see one.
There's one standing looking at us too.
Right there, I think we'll sit down right here and get a better look at this guy over here. He's a good mature ram.
Yeah, he's a good material.
No, he's facing downhill. They're walking on that rock ledge.
The largest of the rock ledge down here, halfway down the mountain, just above a big pinon.
All right, so if I'm judging this, I'd really have to put about 350, 400 on it there. Larry, what do you think?
I'm calling him 375, 400.
Yeah. He's not as big as those rams we saw yesterday.
No, he's a good material.
He is good material, yeah. Looks like he's just right on the edge.
Yeah. To me, he's not one of those that just kind of reaches out and grabs you and goes, oh my God, it's you.
Got a good black beard on him, but just doesn't look like an old ram to me.
Pretty.
I think he's a rock star coming up. We just let him go for another year or 2.
I think so too. Whenever you have any doubt about an animal where it doesn't just grab you immediately, the best thing to do is just to wish him adios and go look for another one.
Right up here, Larry, in this creek bed, we've got
Yes, sir.
some of those tracks I was telling you about.
Right. Yeah, you got this old mud flat looking thing right here.
Well, here we've got 4 distinct tracks. Radar's laying in one.
Yeah,
of them
he
over
is,
there,
by golly.
but, he's
Yeah.
muddied the water a bit. You can really see all 3 toe prints on
each one of
these.
them. Yeah, that was a big animal. I mean, we looked at that other one over there, and it's probably about the same size.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what kind of dinosaur these were, but I mean, what do you think?
Well, obviously, I think they were a raptor. So it had to been something along that,
along those lines.
Lines of a like a T-Rex or something like that. May not have been that particular species, but obviously a rather large animal. I mean, those are 20-inch prints.
Yeah.
So it means he was probably
Pretty good size.
He was bigger than we are. Gorgeous place. Just amazing what all you find up in this country.
Oh, I would just bet there's more tracks here somewhere on this ranch. We just haven't found them yet.
Yeah, and there's no telling what kind of fossils are here too underneath some of this stuff. And one of these days, maybe somebody will find one or kind of got washed out or something like that. Love this area. God,
It's just all beautiful down here.
it is. Let's see what else we can find.
Closed captioning for DSC's Trailing the Hunter's Moon provided by Drake Non-Typical. Take a stand. DSC's Trailing the Hunter's Moon is presented by nature blinds. Drake non-typical. Trek, boots for the trail less traveled. Binodock, finally, what a cup holder should be. Tracking point. And by Hoffpower Auto Group.
We're driving along into an area that we want to try to get up on top to where we can glass these different canyons that run into the heads of this mountain. And I happened to look up on the hillside, and there are 3 sheep there. There's a white, what they call a Texas doll ram, and then one that looks a little bit more like a mouflon in terms of horns, where the horns curl back out, and this really outstanding red sheep. Now they're way up there on top on a point coming out. We go, well, let's get up to the top of this knoll, and we'll kind of peek around through the pinyon and the cedar and see what we can, if there's a way to get any closer or what the distance is.
Maybe it's just get over on the other side of that cedar tree. It looks a little more flat for you to lay down.
How far did you say he was?
He's right at 247.
247. I've got this thing cranked in dead on at 250.
Should be perfect, should be dead on it.
That wind's got me a little bit concerned. I'm gonna hold it about a minute, so I'm gonna hold it at a good about 2.5 inches. Come on, stand up, Dick Gummit. Oh, that white one stood up. If only the other one stand up.
He's gonna stand. He's stretching.
He's stretching. Yeah, there he is right there. You on him? Here we go.
Whenever you're ready, Larry. You got him, but he's running.
Coming down.
He's the one in the lead.
Give me the stick.
Yes, sir. Right up there, right? See?
Yeah, right. Take my time. That wind doesn't mess me up too much this time. Here we go.
There you got him. There you got him.
Just in case. Yeah, he's down.
You got him that time, man. Congratulations, Larry. That's a good one.
Oh man, that's a good sheep.
Yeah, it's a good
That
sheep.
is a really good sheep. I really misjudged this wind right here. That really concerns me.
Yeah.
I was giving it about 2.5 inches, and I think
Yeah.
I should have given it about 5 or 6.
Maybe
beyond
8.
that, or
Yeah.
maybe 8.
Yeah.
It's like a wind tunnel coming right through.
Yeah. Well, you're up here in these mountains and these box canyons, and you know, just because the wind's doing something here, it could be doing
It
something
does
totally
something
different
totally
out
different,
there.
But I mean, it's almost like it's coming right across that ridge, and I think we're going to be able to walk that ridge.
Yeah, we walked
to
that
get to
ridge and side hill over there too.
Yeah, it shouldn't be too much farther.
Yeah.
It should be right just to the to where that big cedar is.
Yeah.
Man, I appreciate it. I'll
All
tell
right.
you what.
Congratulations,
y'all are such a
man.
fabulous place here. Good
Yeah.
gosh.
And that was a good ram. I can't wait to get my hands on him.
Yep. There's a dead sheep right there. That is nice. Look at this.
Oh, I've been fighting.
That's
And that's
what
a sign of age on them there.
That's what I like right there. That means he's had a lot of character. Golly, what a beautiful ram. What a beautiful ram.
Kind of broom them tips off a little
Yeah,
bit.
he broomed those tips off a little bit. He is
But he
absolutely.
carries that mass well down.
Oh
on
yeah,
him.
look at this all the way down.
Oh,
Beautiful cape on him. That is a pretty, pretty sheep. Golly. I mean,
I'm glad we passed that one earlier this morning.
Me
It's
too.
nowhere near as old.
No. He's not as old as this one. Doesn't have the character. Look at him from the back right here. I mean, chunks knocked down. All I know, he is a good red sheep right now.
He's your red sheep.
He is my red
We
sheep.
had to work for
And he
him.
is down. Jason and I are coming down the mountain. Sun's about to disappear behind the mountains to the west. Jason's carrying absolutely gorgeous set of horns and cape that I can't wait to put on the wall to help me recall all the many memories of the hunt. My backpack, I've got the meat from the animal. Going down the hill in that situation was extremely satisfying. I spent many days hunting red sheep, spent a lot of great time with friends, old and new, and hunting that sheep. And it all just kind of came together on that mountainside. Not only being able to take that animal, but to just kind of stare off into that western sunset, getting ready to sink very quickly and do this beautiful orange display because of all the dust in the air. And it's just, it's one of those truly satisfying moments when it comes to hunting.